Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. We got news. We have some cool trailers to talk about. I fell into a mini Florence Pugh rabbit hole. Watched a little bit of Hot Ones. She got that raspy, sassy voice. And I watched Little Women. It was amazing. We find out what Andres watched on his brand new Apple Plus subscription. Apple don't miss. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and he loves it when you call him Big Papa. Allow me to reintroduce No Stress, A to the N, D-R-E-S, Andres. What's up, buddy?
Thank you.
Hip to the hop. B-I-G, baby, baby. Yeah. What's up, brother? You like that intro? You like that? I spelled it out and everything.
Yeah, man, that might be like the fucking best one ever.
Yeah.
Put heart into that one.
I was proud of it.
Our last one.
I'm just glad I had to spell notorious. N-O-T-O. You just lay down slow. Anyways, I don't want to get into it. Yeah, man. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. Like you were saying earlier.
You finally got Apple.
Not only just do we get Apple, it's the weirdest thing, man. We got I was like, fuck it, we got this Apple thing, right? We've been talking about it for like 2 years now. And
2 years.
I did it. And then the craziest shit was I installed it on our Roku. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. It took I don't know how many, like, here's this secret message to your cell phone so you can make sure it's you. I'm like, of course it's me. How many freaking times do I have to put in my password for this fucking app to work on this stupid thing? And then the craziest thing, I didn't even tell you. I was so excited. It all came up, finally shiny, like fucking 15 minutes later. It took forever for the thing to be like, okay. Ted Lasso. So I go to push Ted Lasso. Boop, boop, boop. I just want to like, all right, check this out. And it says like, video not available. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So I went to like a whole bunch of different videos. And it was like, video not available. Check your connection. I'm like, of course my connection works. I just installed all this shit. So I was being a dick. And then for some reason, Shrinking, an episode of Shrinking played. And I was like, okay. We played some of that and then went back to Ted Lasso and it would not work. And then like the next day, the entire Roku like shit its pants.
Oh,
like,
damn.
No connection available. And it was like, no MAC address, no technical, you're dead. And we're like, what the shit? So like this little tiny box has been getting us through these dark days of the pandemic and all this shit is just like, I think it's a goner. So Christina was like, fuck this. I don't know. She made some magic happen. And like, she had, I don't even know who did it, but some outlet delivered an Apple TV box to our door with like a couple of hours. So it was like, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. And it worked. And then I didn't even know. I had no idea with this Apple TV thing. You get 3 months of free Apple TV. And I was like, oh shit.
Score.
Shit. So yeah, so that's happening now. So we just got that. So we're now digging deep into the rabbit hole of Apple. And then man, they're pushing that Tetris movie. Everything I try to watch, it's like the Tetris movie, the trailer keeps popping up. Like, hey, I know you want to watch this, but how about this? I'm like, okay, maybe later. Okay, but don't forget about this. I'm like, I know, I get it. Tetris, it looks cool. I'm in. I just need the time.
Give me some time.
Calm down. I'll get there. I just want to get 30 minutes of an episode in and out.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm glad you guys finally got it figured out. More to come. Yeah. All right. So first up, we got news and tidbits. Yeah.
All right. What do we got first?
All right.
We got some stuff.
My man Clint plans to direct his final film.
Yeah.
He's like 96.
How are you feeling about that? That dude is a trooper. Once a year. I think making a film every year keeps him young. It like keeps him moving. That dude's like fit and trim and sharp and like, dude, like
I think he's out. He's batting like 500 right now, man.
Some of his films are just like.
I didn't like that Cry Macho one. I don't even know if you watched it, but I watched it and I didn't like it.
Did not.
I like the Mule. I did not like Cry Macho. Do we know what it's going to be or the plot premise of the last film?
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, fire away. Hit me with the knowledge.
Clint Eastwood. All right, he's 93 this summer.
Whoa!
And the film is called Juror Number 2. It's about apparently it's Nicholas Hoult is starring in it, and he's on a jury where he finds out at some point during the trial like he might have actually been involved with this whole murder thing unknowing to him, and like he's in a moral conundrum. Like, does he tell anyone? Does he out himself? So that's kind of trippy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a drama.
That's cool.
And it should be fun.
Yeah.
And Clint's a good director, so
yeah, definitely.
Hopefully nails it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Clint Eastwood. That's all I need, man. I'll check it out. I think there's only been like one film. Well, there's 2 movies that I haven't seen like that are semi-recent. One was that because they sometimes like when they're bad, they don't even promote them. They're just like, oh, it's on, like that. I didn't watch that Richard Jewell movie. Did you watch that?
Nah, I remember when it happened. So I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. And then the other one was Paris 1517, the train one.
Oh, I've heard there's like a really good 15 minutes in there. I remember reading and seeing all about it when that happened. That was crazy.
Yeah. So those 2 films I have not seen.
I've heard mixed things, but still, he keeps doing his things. He keeps them under budget. Apparently, he's awesome to work with because he has like his days are all like 8 hours or less, when an average film is like 12 hours or more. So people love working with him.
Yeah, and he gets stars, man. He gets whoever he wants, basically.
Especially if he's starting to like sunset his career, people want to work with him. So I totally get it. All right, what do we got next? Right. Speaking of directors,
moving on. Speaking of Apple, Martin Scorsese's Flower Moon. Is that the name of it? Flower Moon?
Yeah, I think so.
Heads to Cannes Film Festival. And then
it means it's real.
Yeah. They've been talking about it for years.
Yeah. They filmed it a long time ago, starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Some people are saying it's a 3-hour movie. Other people are saying it's a 4-hour movie. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But it's actually going to come out finally, they said. So they're going to screen it in May, I think, at Cannes Festival.
Yeah.
And then in October, it's going to actually come out, I think, theatrically. And then it's going to hit Apple a couple weeks later. So we still got a ways to go.
Yeah. But it's there, man. They're starting to lay the breadcrumbs up. So here you guys go. Little Martin Scorsese. He's getting up there in age too. He's in his 80s, right?
I don't know, man. I don't think he's quite there yet.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. I'm excited, man. I love Martin Scorsese films, so
I'm going to see.
I did not finish Silence, though. I don't know if you've watched that.
Dude, I didn't finish the Irishman.
Oh, I like the Irishman. You just got to treat it like a miniseries.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is we're trying to go through it all, and we're like, "Is this gonna like
start?" No, you just go through the decades. All right, this is 10 years. All right, I'm out.
And also, there's some stuff that they did that was not that great.
Oh, I know.
Like
the Robert De Niro thing, the aging. Oh my god, dude! Like it's so funny because they de-aged him, but we're gonna get sidetracked. But like when he was kicking the guy in the curve, like why didn't they use an actor? Like a regular, like not a 80,000-year-old Robert De Niro try to kick somebody. Homie couldn't even lift his foot
like
up.
A 20-year-old.
And he's I thought he was gonna like just fall to the side. I'm like, are you guys trying to kill Robert De Niro right here? Oh my goodness!
There's a curb, dude. If you fell off the curb, it would have been over. Like
I was waiting for it. Like they called me Mr. Glass. I was just waiting for it to fucking just shatter.
It was rough. It was
anyways,
rough. But, anyway,
that was my hot take on The Irishman. All right, moving on.
Either way, anything Scorsese does is going to be fucking at least watchable to a pretty high degree.
I enjoyed The Irishman except for that part.
Good. Yeah, I think I started to check out, and I was like, "Is it going to keep doing this?" Anyways, moving on. There's some cool stuff we got to keep talking about.
All right, man. Ben Affleck and Megan Thee Stallion. Familiar? Circle, the next Safdie's movie.
Yeah.
I fuck with the
Dude,
Safdies, man.
man, we had a little bit of a hard time watching Uncut Gems because we made the mistake of we should have watched Good Times first.
So you can kind of
Because
like go
Good
into the
Time,
world.
yes, yes, because Good Times, we watched Good Times because we wanted to see Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson. That's the only reason we watched Good Time. And that movie's the shit. Like that movie goes places. Like that movie is so unpredictable. And the performances and the writing, it just to pull that film off. That was impressive.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. And one of the directors is like one of the co-stars too for
Yeah.
a while too. I'm like, how are they doing this
Yeah.
shit? And young dudes just like doing their thing, man. And that movie was awesome. Good times. And now their next film, Ben Affleck is one of the stars, and I think Adam Sandler is returning too.
Yeah. No, I like Uncut Gems. Feel so bad. Like I don't think you finished it, but yeah, man, it's not a happy story, but I like how dirty it was. Like, and it was like, and the whole jewelry business and all that stuff, man. It's just like, I like how it was portrayed, and I like the job everybody did. I was like, my biggest concern watching Uncut Gems was the basketball player Kevin Garnett, because that guy goes off the hinges in real life. So I'm like, how are they going to corral this energy from this big 6'9", top 20 player of all time, But
easy, you just punch him in the balls.
No, you don't punch back, bro. This guy's from the streets. He went from playing high school basketball to the NBA, and he became one of the top players of all time. So the guy's got a lot of grit, and he's tough. And you did not mess with KG. But anyways, he was great in that movie.
Yeah. And the Safdie brothers, they're really well known for hiring like as many roles in the film as they can for non-actors. Like they just get people who just look and act gritty and can say, like, they hired like a bell bondsman for this other movie to play a bell bondsman. So he kind of like got the look. They didn't need some actor to be like, so what's my motivation? Like this motherfucker, like, hey, this guy bailed me out of jail once. Let's use that guy.
Now I'm looking forward to it, man. I've only watched those two knowingly films of theirs. Do you have another film of theirs?
No, that was it. I just those two.
And they're 2 for 2 for me.
And one of the Safdie brothers was in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm trying to remember. He was in one of the Marvel shows for like 2 scenes. And I was like, kind of took me out of it because I'm like, I'm not sure they belong in that world, but cool.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
This was an interesting one.
Cool. Joe Quesada.
Go for it.
Yeah, former Marvel executive. He's going to start producing, making, show running. I don't know. Developing Amazon comic book films. That's cool.
Yeah. So this guy ran Marvel for like,
and he had his own books, right? He wrote Daredevil for a while.
So that's how he got started. He was on these other books for a long time. He's a big deal. He's like probably my top 5 favorite artists of all time ever. And he had his own company and did all this stuff. And then Marvel did this little thing called Marvel Nights. Like, I'm trying to remember, it was like over 20 plus years ago. And they let him have like 3 or 4 books that were not doing well for Marvel. They're like, okay, take these titles, do whatever you want, hire whoever you want, write whatever you want. And they called them like Marvel Nights because it was off to the side. And those books killed. Like Black Panther was one of them. And because of the success of those books, like those were massive books, like Marvel loved it. So they just promoted him immediately to like president of Marvel Comics, and where he sat for like 20 plus years developing stories and working with like the MCU folks, the Marvel film folks for like a long time, and shepherding the stories and trying to keep things going. So he did it. Dude, that's a hell of a run for 20 years. And he's an artist who is drawing like covers and little things here and there and trying to like push story. Like he gets it. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Amazon announces that they just picked him up to develop films for them, which is, I think, a fucking really big smart move.
Yeah.
Like that dude's been around. Stories, he knows everybody. Everybody knows this guy.
Yeah.
So if you want to pick up some stories, or you want to have a good relationship with some artists or some writers, especially, that's your guy. So that was a really strategic, smart move. I'm kind of bummed because I want that guy to produce more work, more art. I want to see lots and lots more books.
Yeah.
Like from his, I think he's crazy talented. Like I want to see more, but he's probably gonna get super busy. But he's getting paid, son.
Yeah.
He's getting
Hey, get that money, bro.
Bezos bucks. Bezos
Yeah,
bucks.
Bezos bucks. I think I saw on there, like I was flipping through Prime, and I think Bezos has his own documentary about himself. Wow. I'm sure it's really forthcoming on a lot of shit.
Not biased
at all. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Before we get to what we watched, I'm going to introduce a little segment. I don't know if people are going to like it, but you know, here we go. We're going to go with a little trivia, a little hip hop trivia. Cause last week there was a little issue with, you know, A to the Andres, not knowing one song from the Notorious B.I.G. All right.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I knew who he was. I know, of course, I know who he is. But no, if you played me some songs, I probably would have a hard time telling you if it was him or not.
All right. So I'm going to make this easy, right? Easy.
I hope it's a fucking Fresh Prince song.
No, but it's like, it's Biggie's contemporary, you know, like at first I wrote name 3 and I was like, then I scratched that. I'm going to go with 1. Can you name one Tupac song? Dang. Really, bro?
Oh, man. Something. Oh,
wow.
Something about California or something?
California.
Yeah, Dre, Dr. Dre did.
Yeah. You're right there.
I know the video. I know what it looks like. The video's like Thunderdome. Yeah. Him and Dre are like in this Thunderdome. I even have the beat in the back of my head, but I can't.
California.
The name. It's not Dreaming. It's California Love. California.
Yeah. Love. Oh my goodness, bro. You're making me so nervous. Woo. California Love. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I was like, name 3, and I'm like, nah, name 1.
I was worried about getting stabbed next time I went to the Whole Foods, just in case, right?
Damn.
That one. All right,
California. Yeah, you could have gone hit him up. That's a big one. Dear Mama.
Yeah.
Dear Mama. No. No, Dear Mama. Keep your head up. No. Hail Mary. Oh, anyways. Whew. All right. I think that was a successful adventure.
Thank you to MTV for providing me a fucking video.
There you go. So now I know I'm like, this was a video. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll ask him. In the 90s, this was a video. All right. Cool.
Redemption.
All right. Moving on to what we watched.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mandalorian, season 3, episode 5.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to?
Do you think there's stuff to spoil? Should we get into spoil? There's a little spoiler.
A little bit.
Maybe like, we'll see when we get into it.
I really don't have like on my notes, my copious notes. I don't have spoilers on there. I don't think. I have a couple dumb things I have on here, but you know.
Sure. It was like an adventure of the week kind of episode, but it was
it well made?
There was some stuff that was really cool, and there was some stuff I was like, there were some inconsistencies here and there. I think the thing that I have the biggest problem, and I think I'm not alone here, the awkwardness of like the Pirate King or whatever that dude's name is. Like, why? He's like made of like green yarn or
seaweed.
It didn't.
I got seaweed.
It's just weird. It's weird. Like, shouldn't that be dried out?
Or like make fake seaweed like the ones in aquariums. Like with the fish.
It's kind of, that was awkward. Yeah. That was like, his delivery it just felt a little out of place. Yeah. But I'll give it a pass, you know. I think the more I'm taking this show, it's like a bridge between the Clone War type cartoons that are really popular for a lot of people and like the films. And they're kind of like bridging a lot of that stuff. And that's why this guy's very cartoony. And I'm like, all right, I'll just give it a pass. There's enough cool stuff where I'm like, and there's enough story. I'm like, I'm still in.
Do you think they're trying to like tackle too much story? Because I feel like especially like the first season, you know, It's like, I gotta find Grogu. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And now there's like,
Yeah.
now you got the Mandalorian lore and like and all this layer and layer and layer. I mean, like, and did we just get too much good shit from Andor? Did Andor break Star Wars?
I think it made a lot of people rethink what Star Wars could be. And I think when you see that level of potential not being applied to the other shows, it's an issue for a lot of people. And I think other people also had a problem with Andor because it was quote unquote boring. Like, I don't want to have to do some thinking about like imperialism and just like overall consequence. Like, I want lightsabers. So it definitely was not for everybody. And like Boba Fett was not for everybody. And to a big long stick, Obi-Wan was not for everybody.
Anybody with taste.
Aye. Oh, I think half the Star Wars Legion would take offense with that one.
For Obi-Wan? Oh my God. And Boba Fett, those shows, they were no good, Papa. Oh man.
But there's room for improvement. But getting back to Mandalorian, I think they should have no more than like 2 or 3 things happening at the same time. It gets a little like, what do I actually care about? Like, do I care about this random battle? Like, they should have finished that one quicker and just got more into like the character and like who's trying to do what, where, and how. Some of the stuff was cheesy, but overall, like the one thing that kind of got me into it was when they were doing the dropship scene where the fucking Mandalorians were like sitting there ready to be dropped, cool. And the floor opens up like straight up like Edge of Tomorrow. Like, this is dope right here. They drop in like, this is gonna be a badass battle. And they kind of just hang out in an alley for like 20 minutes. I'm like, maybe do some flanking or some fly on top of some buildings and do some strategy.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked the episode. I was totally happy with it. I like what they did at the end, which we'll talk about in spoilers, I guess. It was kind of like, all right, they're kind of there is a story thread that they're trying to play with. It's going a little somewhere. So that's kind of cool. What else?
I think I'm a little bit more critical, and I don't know, man. Like, I hate being the critical one, but man, like the New Republic are a bunch of dumbasses.
That's been established.
All right, they're more now. I'm like I enjoyed seeing the ladies' man. What's his name?
Fucking Tim Meadows.
I enjoyed seeing him. You know. And then they're like,
I enjoyed seeing him too, but it was
it. He like shoved. I'm like, how can anybody not tell that one person is evil? Like the one, like, that's the bad person. That's the bad guy.
She even wears that little badge saying like former bad guy.
Might be up to some shit.
When the other pilot looks at her, he immediately sees that badge. He knows like
something smells weird.
Don't trust. But his supervisor is not smart enough to be like, I'm going to tell you all this.
We're fine.
Here's the files.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So I don't know, man. And then like when they were doing the battle and stuff, most of it was really cool. But, oh, man, you know me and continuity, bro. Like the one guy with the Gatling gun, I can't remember his name.
Big guy. We'll just call him
Bruiser. Yeah, Bruiser. They're going to kill us for that. But that guy's Gatling gun does not gattle. It does not spin. It doesn't do shit. It just boop, 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 boop. Oh my goodness. So I was like,
looks like old painless, but it's beam free.
Yeah.
Painless.
No, like, did you notice that? It was that
he has ammo, like an ammo backpack, but it's not really feeding. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Like, I think I saw that guy at Comic-Con a couple years ago at the lobby taking pictures. Getting ready for the masquerade. Oh.
But his gun gattled.
Yeah. And I have one more thing. And this falls under the dumb segment. But I don't know what you think, man. And this is not even the nitpick. This is something different. This might fall under thirsty corner. Does the armor sound hot? like, because she talked a lot this time, and I'm like, man, is she hot? Like, you take the helmet off, because I was like, she made Bo-Katan. Oh, that's a spoiler, I guess, huh?
No, you didn't spoil anything yet. We could talk about spoilers
Yeah,
a little bit.
and I was like, what's going to happen now? What's going on with these two? And I don't know. But anyways, I was wondering, like, I wonder if she's hot. What the? I guess I can Google the actress name, but her voice sounds interesting.
I wonder if they'll actually use the
Actress,
because like 99% of the shots of like Mando and Bo-Katan are not the actors. So it's like they just got like several stunt people. They could just throw.
What
them
are
in
you
at any
saying?
point.
What are you saying to me right now?
Movie magic?
You mean that's not the actors in the costumes? Oh man, yeah, man. So, anyways, that's what I got, man, from the Mandalorian.
Let's get into some spoilers. Probably 5 minutes. Definitely skip forward about 5 minutes to avoid spoilers.
Cool.
All right, spoil away.
Yeah, I felt like it was a little wishy-washy with the like, hey, you can take your helmet off. You're both. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, their fucking rules are so arbitrary. Like, helmet off, take a bath, you're cool. Like, what?
Yeah.
I just go with it, man. I just kind of go with it. It's not like these guys are like a with it together group of people. I don't know if you know if they're living in a cave. Like they do not have their shit together. But
they might have a lot of CTE going on. They fucking forget shit. You get ass kicked all the time.
That's why they have to wear helmets, because they get hit in the head a lot and forget a lot of things. You called it though last week. You're like, you got to stop living in the cave. And immediately this week, someone on the writing staff must have heard you, because they got him out of the cave and they gave him a plot of land.
Oof. That was a good fix, I guess. But man, now I'm like, nobody has a question about why the armor was like, oh, she can do everything on both sides, And I'm like, I thought what was gonna happen, which would have been on my, like, I think it wouldn't have been on my favorite thing, but it would have been a cool thing. Like, oh, everybody can take their helmets off.
She's like, fuck it.
Yeah, new rule. We can be outside.
Eat burritos now.
We can be outside.
Get some vitamin D.
I'm sure we all need some of that. Everybody's pale as fuck underneath the helmets.
God, yeah. To be continued. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what that deal is. I don't know. I think she's trying to unite the groups.
Trying to revive or bring in more, right? Stragglers.
They got to get some more union dues.
Yeah. I wonder how many are out there.
I don't know. We'll find out.
And
it's cool. They're building.
Yeah, and then Mando, another episode of him just being, the trophy wife, I guess, the side character, right?
But they are pushing. It is called The Mandalorian, so and it featured a ton of Mandalorians. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, they're at least not like I don't know, that side story from the Andor side story, 2 episodes, but almost no Mandalorians.
I still think Andor made us too smart, and now we have all these questions.
Yeah, we should stop that. And in the end, I like the thread of the Moff Gideon thing. I'm not really sure where they're going with that shit. But it was really cool seeing that ship. Yeah. It's floating in space. And I gotta tell you, space is a really infinitely vast place. That pilot just happened to run into it, like right there in the middle of nothing. Yeah. That pilot's got some skills.
Yeah. He's been around the block.
It's cool that he showed up. Yeah, he knows not to trust that one chick. So
again, bad guy, evil. You can't tell. Moff Gideon's missing. This person used to work with him,
and every time his name pops up, she pops up like a little rabbit out of a hole. What?
Who's Moff Gideon? Moff what? Oh my god. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, at least they're kind of moving it towards that kind of
only 3 episodes left.
So we'll see what happens there.
There's 8, right?
I don't know.
This is 5.
8 sounds about right. All right, yeah, we got 3 more. I hope they're supersized episodes, because they got a lot of ground to cover, some kind of story.
Okay, moving on. All right, so last Thursday, Hot Ones released a new episode with Ms. Florence Pugh. And I gotta say, I was a little smitten, and I went down a rabbit hole. And she was really cool on Hot Ones to me. And then I ended up watching Little Women.
You want to talk about
We can talk about Hot Ones
Hot Ones
first.
first? What's funny is I had no idea you watched it.
Yeah.
But I totally watched it separate from
Yeah.
which is really funny.
Yeah.
'Cause Hot Ones is such a fucking awesome show.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see the layers get peeled back from like performers and artists when like blood is dripping out of their eyeballs
Yeah.
from the spiciness. Like they get real honest real quick,
Yeah.
I think.
They all bring an extra set of clothes.
Yeah. Like it's maybe some depends.
Undergarments.
No, I think it's ugly.
Yeah.
But I was surprised how her voice is even more raspy than I thought it would be. She's a super mega raspy voice.
I'm like, did she go to a rave last night and she's like smoked a pack of cigarettes? Because she was laughing. It's the asthma.
I was like, Jesus. But yeah, she's funny. I like her as like an actress. She's great.
Yeah.
And as a person, she always is funny. She doesn't come off as like bullshitting.
No, she seems pretty straightforward.
She seems pretty grounded and just fun.
Yeah.
And like, all right.
Yeah. That's what that's what I took away from it too. Like her being grounded and you know, seemed pretty cool to hang out with. I mean,
yeah.
And so anyways, that led me to go into Little Women.
Yeah.
Which I missed.
By what's it called? Greta Gerwig?
Greta Gerwig, which also directed Lady Bird, which I like too.
Yeah.
And so anyways, Little Women, Greta Gerwig directed it in 2019, and it stars Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, Eliza Scanlon, and Timothy Chalamet. Meryl Streep, heard of her? Laura Dern, not a huge fan of her, but she was in it. And man, dude, this movie was great. It was made great. It was like
let me ask you a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the original Little Women from the 90s with
Sigourney? Winona Ryder?
Christian Bale.
No, I have not seen that.
Bale, Winona Ryder. I'm trying to remember the rest of the actors in that film.
Was that good?
I like that one better than this one.
So now I'm gonna have to compare. But like, see, like, here's the thing. I think this story is really sappy. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like, you know, I just like, oh, it's a sappy story, but I really like how she shot it, how it looked, how the setups.
It's really well done.
You know, I really like the connection between the actors, and the sappiness was just part of it for me. It was like, it did get me. I ain't gonna lie, I did share a couple tears a few times. Don't hold it against me, but I did that. Sorry.
What's it on? What streamer?
I want to say Hulu.
Okay.
I think. But yeah. And I was like, man, this is 2019. And anyways, I really enjoyed the movie. And I'm like, I'm going to have to look up the old one, I guess, and see if it was the source material or if it's like the talent behind it, you know? And, but I really enjoyed it and I recommend it. And, the sappiness was there, but I mean, I liked it. I think the stars shined. And 2019, man, that was a good movie year. I wrote down some movies real quick. Let me read these to you. Okay. So
you're very enthusiastic. I love it.
Yeah. We got 1917, Parasite, Us, Jojo Rabbit, Shazam, The Gentleman, Knives Out, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Endgame, Toy Story 4, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and this. Wow.
You're good. You're good there.
Wow, right? That's one of the best movie years in a long time.
Probably. Like 99 was a crazy year.
Yeah.
That's also a crazy year.
And I think 2013, 14, one of those years was like crazy too. Man, but damn, dude, those movies right there that I just read were awesome. So I will add this to the list. Little Women. Who
So-
knew?
You know what's wild is I actually took Christina to watch Little Women in the theaters.
Ooh, look at
Just for this
you.
film. Because I must have done something stupid.
Yeah,
So
you're probably like,
but-
I have to make up for it.
Like, if Andres doesn't go watch Little Women in theaters, but if Andres
you
does
do.
something stupid,
You watch
Andres
Paddington
goes
in
to
movie
watch
theaters too.
oh man, I wish I would watch that shit in 3D if I could.
And 4D.
Reach out
And be like, oh.
reach out for the little fur. Give me a little fur to like pet the whole fucking movie. Like, ah.
How was it in the movies?
Dude, so Little Women, that was the first time I think I watched Florence Pugh on the screen, or I've heard her name. People were like raving about her.
Yeah.
And I thought the movie was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
To tell you the truth, I kind of had some issues with the storytelling, like because it did something that the other film didn't do, or it plays with time.
Yeah.
Time jumps a little bit more, which kind of threw me. And
I like that part.
okay, there was just something about the film. Even Christina, she was looking forward to it because she really likes the original, and we went to watch the original afterwards to kind of compare. And she agreed with we liked the original way better, but maybe you should watch the original and see what you think.
I plan on it.
And this has a lot of great moments. Like I think this is also one of the first roles Timothy Chalamet did, and
he was
like,
good.
Okay, he's good. And it's a pretty good movie, but for some reason, it's like I'm not gonna watch it again probably ever.
Yeah,
I'm kind of.
I really enjoyed the scene when they went dancing, and they were dancing on the outside. Timothy,
this movie is almost like,
Timothy and Cerise. They were dancing outside.
Okay, take your word for it.
Yeah, I like the way it was shot.
Like 4 years ago.
I enjoyed it a lot, and the sentiment.
Good.
And it was funny because
it's a really well done film.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check out the other one when I get a chance. I have to look it up and see where it's showing. But yeah, man. Yeah,
Cool.
And my friend actually, shout out to Sarah. Sarah, what up? She watched the new Florence Pugh movie with Morgan Freeman. It's called The Good Person, I think.
Zach Braff, I think, directed it too.
She said it's mega sadness. And I'm like, ooh, no thank you. All
right.
But yeah, man, Florence Pugh.
Yeah, she doesn't really miss too much.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be in the Marvels,
a bunch of shit, right?
Thunderbolts movie that they're gonna start filming really soon. That's gonna be fun.
All right. We're just gonna.
Yeah, that was a rabbit hole. Let's get out of the rabbit hole.
Let's get out. All right. Okay, so I watched the first episode of Succession last week, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you don't watch it,
no.
So I'm not gonna say too many things for everybody out there. But one thing I'm gonna say is, I love the Disgusting Brothers. Disgusting Brothers. You don't even know what it means, but it's fucking hilarious. And I can't wait for the rest of the season. And this episode was full of punchlines and just petty, evil, dumb shit for all these people involved. And I like it. And everybody out there, keep going.
I'm glad you like it. Cool. Glad you like it.
Yeah.
Me and Christine have talked about going back into Succession. I think we probably will, but we're gonna have to climb out of our Apple rabbit hole.
Yeah,
we're gonna be in there for a while.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We got
there's a lot of stuff.
We got to catch up on.
The Servant. Watch The Servant.
For All Mankind. Severance. I think Severance is one of our top ones.
Oh, Severance. Not a happy show.
Nothing's yeah. That's how it makes you feel.
Shrinking.
And we got into Shrinking.
Yeah.
Listen. So are we good with Succession?
Yeah. That's it. I'm the only one watching it. I'm not gonna spoil it.
And this thing happened to this person. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, son.
Disgusting Brothers.
I'm glad you're digging Succession. A lot of people love it. Winning a lot of awards. So clearly they must be doing something right. So I can't knock them. All right. Apple. Holy crap.
Apple don't miss.
Like I was saying earlier. We got Shrinking. I got a couple episodes of that working because nothing else was playing on the stupid fucking machine. But man, Shrinking's good. it starts a little awkward, but once it kind of starts moving and you kind of see what they're trying to do and how they're setting up
Yeah.
characters and how they're trying to get out of their comfort zone box and the layers of complexity of everyone's relationships with each other, especially Harrison Ford. I'm like, this is good. Christina was digging it too. Like, it goes back and forth between like seriousness and like laughs, and you kind of go back and forth, and you're feeling some stuff, and then like right when you think everything's good, they pull the rug out from underneath you. You're like, ah,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah, talk to me.
And Jason Segel is like a great cast, man, and Jessica Williams is great. She almost feels a little out of place for being like a therapist for like vets. You know what I mean? Like people with PTSD, you think she'd be like a little bit more
She thinks she's too perky.
older. Yeah,
I love her, man.
Like, but she was
me
awesome
wants
in
me
Love,
some Gabby. More Gabby.
Love Story. Is that what it's called? Love Story season 2. She was one of the co-stars. She was,
and she's also in Two Dope Queens.
Oh, I don't think I watched that one.
That's like a sketch show, I think, that on HBO.
Okay. But yeah, Shrinking. We barely started scratching the surface. I think maybe we got 2 or 3 episodes in, and like,
sweet.
This is good.
I can't wait till you go like this. Ah, the pain, but I'm so happy. And then you scratch your chest. Like, I that hurts. And then
and I love seeing Harrison Ford play like this. He's good.
Yeah.
He's really
like a grouchy dad.
Yeah, but he's like sharp and he feels authentic, and the conversations they have together, and it's like it's nothing is like overly long or not cut too short.
Yeah.
It's like just right.
How do you feel about The Neighbor?
Still too early. I think The Neighbor is very just like overstepping a little bit, but then Jessica Williams overstepped a lot.
Yeah.
So there's like they're just trying to like figure out what that balance is, and everyone's overstepping and learning how to step back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, it's getting there. It's slowly kind of, you got to have your conflict, before you settle into like a good, happy place for everybody. I'm like, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
And then
Mr. Darcy.
Cass is great. And it was cool. We were watching it. I swear to God, we were watching it. I'm like, is that Pasadena? And when they were in 1 or 2 scenes, and like literally like 10 seconds later, he makes a Pasadena reference. Like, they are in Pasadena. Because it has a very distinct look and feel. I'm like, okay. That's all I got to say about Shrinking. We're going to keep getting into it. It's fun. Me and you could talk about it.
Yeah.
We get the bond on.
I know.
Outside of Mandalorian armor.
I know. We can theoretically spoon each other while talking about Shrinking. We can Zoom spoon.
Okay.
Zoom spoon, buddy. I just coined it.
It'll be okay. Zoom spoon. It's your own fucking Zoom spoon, buddy.
Zoom spoon.
You could I'll spoon Paddington before I spoon you.
Oh, bro. Some people call me a bear too. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right.
You are grumpy, you fucking dude.
All right. What else, buddy? What else we watch on Apple?
Jumped into Mr. Ted Lasso.
Oh.
Dude, I think we powered through like 5 episodes.
Nice.
Like 4 or 5. I didn't know the names, but I'm pretty sure like 4 or 5. Like, it's like a nice, happy place, man. Christina's loving it. Like,
happiness.
I think it was a little uneven at first. I was trying to figure out what's going on, but once you kind of like get the rhythm, and you kind of understand, and you kind of see
what they're going for,
like the internal stories versus the team story versus like the professional stories and the community, and like how it all kind of ties into like certain themes, and you're like, shit, this is good.
Yeah.
And like those little touches here and there, they're like, this is good. And then you can't help but to laugh at least once a minute, because I mean, even the cultural things, like in the first episode, it was like, so we put the boot in the boot. I got the boot. I'll put the boot in the boot. And he's like, that's right, boss. And then he starts laughing. You're like, what the shit? You got to watch the show to understand that joke. It's pretty fucking fun.
Yeah. I think Mr. Lawrence created both these shows.
Oh, I don't know.
The guy that is Shrinking, and I think Ted Lawrence. I know his last name's Lawrence. I gotta
look that up now. I think they're both Warner Brothers TV shows too. I think so. They're clearly working with those dudes. And man, it's a good show. I mean, there's like it's almost family friendly. Almost. But I mean, it's like it's good. And it's just a lot of life lessons. You feel for them in the most simple ways, and You can't help but to totally love the dude for the most part.
Yeah.
And all these people want to hate him so
He's so
bad.
positive, right?
Yeah, it's kind of so funny. And I love Beard. I think it's called
Coach Beard.
The coach. And he'll do some random shit every now and then. It makes you just die.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And everything. There's like so many little touches here and there that just keep you like laughing and like you're just into it. And and there's a lot of heart. A lot of heart. You're like, damn. Like there's some stuff you feel a little bit like, what is it? I don't want to ruin anything, but other than that, like it's a fucking good show. Good show.
Well, dude, this season 3, you're behind. You're not, for people that watch it, you know.
There's not a lot to ruin.
Yeah,
it's just
like happy. It's just happy.
Yeah. It's good.
It has this little drama, suspense here and there, but overall.
And when he called, when they first minute or two of the show, he's meeting the lady, his new boss, and she offers him tea, and he calls tea, what is it? Hot garbage water. Brown garbage water. Yeah. I don't drink that.
Yeah.
He's like, yep, it's still brown garbage water. And Christina was dying at the tea thing because everyone's always drinking tea. This dude hates it.
Yeah. Well, then Florence Pugh was drinking tea to tie it all together. She made tea at the end, and she put a lot of milk in it.
Back to the Pugh. Just drink the damn milk with that shit, man. Oh God, what was I gonna say? Okay, here's a fun trivia fact. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the boss on Ted Lasso was on Game of Thrones. Did you know this?
No, keep going.
She, I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she played the woman in the Sparrows who did the shame.
Get out of here.
No, she's the one. I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up later. We can fact check it. I'm pretty sure she was like shame.
Yeah.
Like she was the one who like drove Cersei through the thing, like with the bell. Yeah. That's her. And at the very end, Cersei kidnaps her. Unpleasantries. But I'm almost positive that's her. How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
Dude, if you're an actor in Europe, any continent, any part of Europe, you're gonna end up in Game of Thrones at some point.
Yeah.
If they didn't get you the last round, they're getting you in the next round right now.
Yeah. Well, then most of the cast of Succession is European too, by the way.
Come on, America.
Get your shit together. Oh.
We got Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
They got Gary Oldman.
Isn't Gary Oldman European?
Yeah, that's what I said.
They got Gary Oldman.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. I'm excited that you started your Apple journey and they don't miss. Cool. Mythic Quest is hilarious too.
And Tetris. I want to watch Tetris movie too.
Blackbird.
All right.
If you want something serious, Blackbird.
Yeah, another fun one. Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Moving on to trailers. Yeah. All right. First one up. The first one. It's a big one. It's a biggie. Yeah. Asteroid City.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Wes Anderson and through. I don't know what else to tell you. I think it looks fun. I like the idea that the entire movie essentially takes place like in one location, like one limited location, which leaves a lot of fun because you can have a lot of characters interacting and just like versus these other films that are like road movies or anything like that. Like in the palette, it's a little flat, crazy looking. But I think that's his style, so we'll see what happens. Like I think they could pump a little, they could back off that look a little bit. It's
super saturated though.
But it's like dull. It's like no contrast saturated. Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah, like the colors are bright, but it's like the same color palette.
Yes, it's like muted.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing. It needs more contrast. Anyways, that's the nitpicky thing. But dude, how about this cast?
Dude, and it's funny. I don't know if you noticed it, but listening to the thing, like. They made Jason Schwartzman sound weird or something. I don't know.
They also made him look very different. I've never seen him look the way he looks. Like he always has a very similar look, but they messed with his look for this film. So I'm like, okay, that is Jason Schwartzman. It took him like a double take to figure it out. Scarlett Johansson, I guess him
Tom
and
Hanks.
Her are gonna be like, yeah. I mean, everyone. Tilda Swinton, fucking. A lot of his old people like Adrian Brody and Edward Norton. That's going to be pretty
I'm
cool.
excited.
I mean, so many people. Margot Robbie, apparently. William Dafoe.
Yeah.
What were one of your favorite Wes Anderson previous films?
To me, I like the Royal Tenenbaums, but I think my favorite is Grand Budapest Motel.
Same thing. I think that movie just plays
And
so tight.
Moonrise Kingdom's right there.
I like that too.
And Fantastic Mr. Fox. That one's there.
I like that one. That was fun. Yeah. And then that shocked me. How like, what is this? This is cool. Grand Budapest is so good on so many levels. Like when they were in prison trying to, what's his name shows up and it's like, what is this?
I love Grand Budapest Motel.
And the fucking like the bakery, was it Mendel's Bakery, where everyone like goes and I'm like, oh, it's so. And then Ralph Fiennes is so good.
Yeah, and it was Reese Ronan was in that one too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Even if his films aren't like mind blowing, they're well worth sitting through at least.
Yeah.
Once.
And it's so funny how he uses some practical, kind of like cheesy, corny effects. You know, like where it's like it's just like a cutout of something, and it's like. And they travel through whatever. And I'm like, it's kind of cute and endearing.
Yeah.
But it's like, it does the job.
It works. Yeah. I'm
interesting fellow.
Just for the cast alone, I'm like, I just want to see all the people together are going to do.
He like, I bet he has like a workshop where he does a lot of crafts.
Someone's got a workshop where they
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he makes greeting cards from scratch. You know, like he like does cutouts and he just glues everything and then boom, greeting card for one person. Took me 10 hours or 10 days. I don't know.
Edges. I don't know. All right. So yeah, that's coming out in June.
Cool. Astro City.
I'm looking forward to it. What's
all right, moving on to Master Gardener, starring Joel Edgerton, big fan. Sigourney Weaver, big fan. And Quintessa Swindell.
What do you think about the trailer?
Interesting. I'm curious. You know, I want to watch it.
He's always good. He's always good. His choice of projects are always really good too. Like if he's not writing or directing, like it's usually pretty good.
Yeah,
it does. I think it's going to be good. It looks. The trailer just shows him as a guy who's a gardener with a past. You're like, all right. Then some people are going to get murdered in this movie. And probably buried in a garden somewhere. That's my prediction for this film.
Yeah, me too. We'll see.
But yeah,
it looks like.
But I mean,
he's also like maybe like a sex slave for Sigourney Weaver. Did you get that? You missed that part?
I must have missed that part. I was more like he's a fucking murderer guy, a former murderer who likes petunias and shit. So,
they were in the room and he was taking his shirt off and she was like staring at him. Like I
thought there was another scene when he was showing tattoos or something.
But I think that was the other
this
girl.
One for murder. This one's for more murder.
I think it might be a little love triangle twist in there too. Anyways.
We'll find out.
Moving on to the White House Plumbers HBO show.
Looking forward to this. This has a kick.
And I love when smart people play dumb because they're good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Like Justin Theroux is like one of the stars, and he's sharp. He's a writer. He wrote Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, and like Woody Harrelson has made a living off of this, and it's like this guy is just like perfect for this kind of shit.
Yeah, it looks funny. It looks good. I think it's like 4 episodes. I think, and it's about the folks that break into Watergate, and it's like their whole, and it turned into like a farce comedy, and it's got like a crazy cast, and it's by the dudes that did Seinfeld and Veep, so it's comedy. It's very comedy, and so you know what you're getting into. But I mean, it's got like Kathleen Turner's in it, and it also has like Domhnall. I always fuck his name up. Gleason. He's always good in everything. He's funny when he wants to be funny too. And it also has Judy Greer, who was just off the way too soon canceled on Hulu reboot show. She's always good. She's fun. Yeah. And then the one that I'm looking forward to, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones
and Judge Dredd or Dredd.
Dude, that movie's underrated. Yeah. So underrated. Oh my god. That we should get into that, and we should do like underrated.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'll take note.
A Dredd inspired the underrated double feature. I don't know. That movie's awesome. Anyways, but yeah, White House Plumbers on HBO. It's coming out, I think, the beginning of May.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be funny. I think it's going to do really well. And our last trailer is what?
Yeah. It's part of the Andres growing fandom of the troll universe. All right. Trolls band together. You know, they made, this is the third one they make, right? Because you were surprised they made one. They're like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah, man. So
I knew they made one. I just didn't watch it. Because I'm like, this is just some throwaway thing. And then we watched it because I was watching Hot Ones, I think with Anna Kendrick, bringing everything back to the Hot Ones. And she was talking about the first Trolls movie. And I'm like, that sounds like it could be maybe interesting. So we threw it on because it's on Netflix. I'm like, fuck, this movie's good. Like, we couldn't stop laughing. And then I don't even know where the second one's available right now. I don't think it's, and I got to look around. But the third film, what did you think of the trailer?
It was cool. It was cool. It was interesting. I like the take on the boy band thing. And
that was funny.
That was funny. But man, like when they go and like they take too much whatever they ate, I was like, what? Whoa. They went too much.
All the kids there's gonna be a lot of
they're gonna ask some questions. Why are they like that? I'm like, because the writers and the artists were fucked up that day. Oh man, thanks guys. They look weird.
Just fast forward that part. Fast forward that part with the little one. I don't know, man. You gonna watch it in theaters? You think? Little
Probably. One? Yeah. Unfortunately,
I think it's good. I mean, there's a lot.
We're gonna go watch Mario Brothers.
That looks a little intense though, for little ones. Like, I don't know. I'm super curious about that one.
Should be fine.
We'll find out. But yeah, Trolls is coming out, I think, in a couple months.
Yeah. Looks good. So excited.
It's gonna make some money. All right.
Next we got it's double feature time. All right.
All right, man.
Since the first story we broke was the Clint Eastwood making his final film, we're gonna do a Clint Eastwood double feature, and it could be a directed movie or a movie starred in. Go ahead, buddy.
Anywhere near place. So I figured, okay, sure, I'll go first. I figured I have a backup, but this is the one I figured you were gonna go like 6-shooter Old West. Like there's like probably style. Like you have to. I know for a fact, like Clint's your guy, and I know for a fact, like you straight up have posters of his old films. So I'm like,
yes, I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I bought you one of those a long time ago. I think
maybe.
So I'm gonna go a little more contemporary. And I'm going to go a film that I was like, this fucking film is awesome. And of course, because it was directed by Wolfgang Peterson, and that's In the Line of Fire. That movie, like, is Clint Eastwood as an should have already retired Secret Service agent, having to protect the president against a very angry John Malkovich in a great role, too. Oh, man. And Rene Russo. Was also like that movie's good. Like that movie has like no flaws. That movie is trim and tight and smart and interesting. And Clint is an older dude just hanging out and telling this guy, go fuck yourself. Like it's pretty tough. And then everything leads to the very end. You're like, damn, it's pretty damn good. Like there's nothing like crazy over the top. They're just trying to catch this guy who's really fucking smart. And he's just kind of like outsmart him. And that In the Line of Fire, it's probably on HBO right now because it's a Warner Brothers film, I'm pretty sure. Clint Eastwood pretty much only works with Warner Brothers. But that film's dope. That film is dope. And all right, let's see what we can pair it with. What you got?
I wasn't. So there's like, you're right about the Westerns. And there's a couple of them that I really like, or a lot of them that I like, but sometimes they're really long. Like, I don't know if people know, but like The Good and Bad, the Ugly is like 3 hours long.
Which is really long for when it came out back then, too.
You know, so
it's like Gone with the Wind long.
The Outlaw Josie Wales is like 3 hours long. You know what I'm saying? These movies are long. So, anyways, so I'm not gonna do an old 3-hour movie because it's a double feature. So I'm gonna go with Unforgiven though. I'm gonna go with Unforgiven.
Okay.
You know, it's
All right.
1992,
older
won an Oscar. You heard of those?
Yeah.
You know, he directed it, starred in, and Gene Hackman had an amazing role. I think he was nominated for an Oscar for playing Little Bill, and Morgan Freeman's in it. Man, it's just a good, solid Western film.
And it's not like a Western where it's
not a bunch of shoot 'em ups.
glamorous. It's not. It's like the dark side in consequence of like the idea of like killing people is glamorous.
Consequence.
And, like it gets kind of like, it gets kind of ugly. And it gets kind of like, you're like, Jesus, like when the dude's bleeding out and you're just like, hear this guy yelling and they're all just kind of sitting around.
Somebody give him some water, goddammit.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna shoot.
You're like, shit. I remember when I first watched that film, I was confused because I didn't know it was like that. I thought I was expecting like a full on Western.
You're expecting Commando.
And it wasn't. Yeah. I was expecting full on like
yeah.
And it didn't happen. And then like then when the movie was over, I kind of started thinking about it. I'm like, that was different. And I think then I watched it again like a couple of years later. And then it starts to like sink in like this movie's like an anti-Western Western. Like those other films.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
Like when Little Bill beat the English guy, English Bob. I'm like, damn, then he whooped his ass. Like I felt like it was like he whooped him for real. You know, like I don't know, dude. It was like it had weight. Yeah. It had weight to it.
It was played by Richard Harris, future Dumbledore for the first couple of Harry Potter films. So yeah, it was great cast. Morgan Freeman's fucking great. Like you can see like when things happen in that film, they're like weight starts to happen. You're like, oh shit. That movie's dope. Yeah, even like the prostitutes like brought like the heart, not heart, but like weight to like the things that were happening. You're like, shit.
Skinny.
It's good.
She's worth more than 3 ponies, Skinny.
Yeah, I can't even quote anything. It's been so long since I watched that movie because it's a dark movie. Yeah. It's dark, but it's good. My backup for that was going to be Pelt Rider. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. I'm like, it's like an easy get in, get out Clint Eastwood type of film. That's like a classic, tight Western-y. It's not like, it's more of a traditional action-y type film, which is really fun to get into. But I mean, if you're going to go for the more depth, go for Unforgiven and In the Line of Fire. You'll get some good clip right there.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Boom. Yeah. My fired up.
Cool.
Maybe I'll put Little Women and then In the Line of Fire or something.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I just say no?
All right, man. Okay, guys. Well, that's our show. Any final thoughts, brother?
The Apple rabbit hole.
All right. Have fun with that. Surface. Quick shout out. One last shout out before we head out. San Diego State in the Final Four championship game.
Dude.
The championship game is tomorrow.
If you haven't seen the, you can just look on Twitter or just the video footage of the fucking jump shot and the buzzers going and everyone's going apeshit. And the coolest thing was I saw tons of footage. There's a bunch of breweries around San Diego that were hosting watch parties that were just packed with people and everyone was recording and the reaction. And as soon as that thing hits, and the hundreds of people just freaking out in all these locations, like throwing beer on them. Bartenders freaking out. Like, dude, historic.
Yeah.
That's my alma mater for folks listening. So I was like, woo.
All right. Well, that's our show, guys. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Let us know what we're missing. Let me know if there's any more Little Women out there. I mean, that sounded creepy. That's why I didn't want to say it. Any other films that have a lot of heart? Let's put it in that way. All right. I'm Francisco. I need to stop talking.
Hey, what's your name again?
Francisco. Don't tell nobody.
And I'm Andres.
All right. 2 nerds, 1 pot. Let's go. Vámonos. Por Andres. Sorry.